old dirt dog, aka Dice. Like that old dirt dog, Dice. I spit for a reason. Stress got me ready for treason. Walk around like I'm sick of a tie, cause my mind is the sky, but I'm sober. Head up the crossover. Even beings that can put my life is over. Sitting on Interstate 63, waiting for the police. Someone got crushed by a truck. Damn, my heart struck. Boy is back. Sometimes I wish I was on crack. Car stuck on the corner.
Hey, hello, guys. How you doing? I'm Omar Dyer. I'm one of the guys that initiated the recall on Mayor Jerramiah Healy. We started a task to recall this mayor because of his fiscal policies that have damaged the integrity of Jersey City. Jersey City has now lost two of its most prestigious institutions in the Prudential Center, and it looks like we're losing Goldman Sachs as well. Not the fiscal part of Goldman Sachs, but Goldman Sachs has nearly just shipped its way out of New Jersey and Jersey City. More of the main fiscal reasons of why a lot of people have come together to be anointed by Mayor Healy and his team of minions is the simple notion that Mariano Vega, one of the council representatives, was convicted of corruption. And then we have a lot of other statements where the policies ignite corruption. This mayor is actually forcing companies either to close their business or pay a political campaign contribution. And practically, we don't even think that's fair, vibrant, and negotiable enough. So this is what we're going to do. Some of the basic needs that the city as large as Jersey City would need. Now, a lot of people say that I sound like Stephen Fulop or I support Stephen Fulop's policies. I actually do not. I look for progressive change, and I support any candidate or any person that will stand up to the establishment and stand up for the rights of the basic people that live here every day. Not everyone can go to Wall Street and work on Wall Street. There are some people that got fired from Wall Street and coming back to Jersey City to start up their own Wall Street firms. So, there are some people that been here, just Wall Street experts, just trying to, turn Jersey City into the establishment that it should be. We should not penalize them. We should not ban.
Thanks to the hard work and bravery of these officers, violent crime has decreased in Jersey City for the third year in a row. It is undeniable that Jersey City is becoming a safer city. For example, there were 2,746 less violent crimes in Jersey City last year than there were 15 years ago. That's a 37.5% drop in violent crime. And yet even one crime is still too many. Public safety remains our #1 priority, and I know that these statistics are little consolation to victims, families of victims, and friends of victims of crime out there. So that's why we keep working at this. We've hired more than 250 police officers since I became mayor. And even with that, we still have 136 less police officers now than we did in 1973. But we are not done. With help from the Obama administration, which has promised to adequately fund the COPS program, we will hire even more police officers. And it is my goal to have a force that is 1,000 officers strong in the near future. Last year I announced that we were hiring 30 police officers through Urban Enterprise Zone funding. This year again, we sought authorization from the state to use $1.5 million of UEZ funds to continue to pay the salaries of officers patrolling our commercial areas. This allows us to maintain a strong police presence in our shopping districts without increasing the burden on the taxpayers. It's unacceptable that while 88% of police officers are assigned for patrol, we still do not have enough police presence throughout our city at all times. But we're not done. In addition to keeping our tax rate...
Crime in Jersey City is up from May 19, 2009 until November 30th, 2010. The police commissioner stating Jersey City will work hard on fighting crime. Yet, with 100 victims in 400 days, how can this be possible? In late April, during a routine checkup, a fellow officer spotted a wanted criminal, a known cop killer, which later busted into a full-out brawl and shootout where 30 shots were fired, leaving 2 citizens dead and the cop killer with his girlfriend. Also, Detective Mark Donardi, honored and slain officer, became a victim of gun crimes. We honor our heroes. But what happens to the people who can't protect themselves? The youth, like Kadar Felton, which is one among of the 85 teen victimized by gunfire. Whether it came from police or it came from teen on teen, the undetected crime rate is up because many of these crimes go unreported. Reverend Al Sharpton, one of the nationalized civil rights participants, brought valued attention to the level of abuse in Jersey City. The rate of teenage crime is unthinkable in a city of this magnitude, while the mayor continues to proclaim crime is down. Yet, crime is up in Jersey City, but the level of crime continues. Arm is up, and community awareness and activists have been asking this mayor. We need to trust our police officers, but the police officers are not giving us an option. This is not an attack on the police department, yet it's a wake-up call to the level of patronage and political corruption in Jersey City following these recent events with teenage crimes, political crimes that are on the rise, making this city one of the dirtiest cities in the country, with teenage crime going up and undetected, and many of the times unreported, where the number of political crimes are going up at an enormous rate, where political leaders are forcing bribes while the mayor lays off or fire municipal workers, while giving pay raises to his executive chambers so the unions wouldn't come down on him, on his administration. And what we mean by giving raises to political cronies like Kevin Lyons, a $14,000 raise, unions will raise their fees on him, which will cover the rates from the massive amount of layoffs handed down by Jersey City. Deputy Mayor Leona Blandini was first to be convicted on charges. Her lawyer stated that political bribery are not meant for people who take in campaign contributions where they shouldn't be crimes, and his client is innocent of all charges. Leona Blandini was found guilty on taking bribes from Solomon Dweck in New Jersey's largest corruption bust, and the largest in American history. The case was supposed to go into effect when the West Side development, where $66 million in monies from Honeywell will go to helping the development of an apartment building where Blandini was supposed to be the manager of the building. Solomon Dweck forged $20 million from banks to give Team Healy $2.1 million in dispersed campaign contributions for Team Healy. Mayor Healy that year raised $4 million, which made it the largest corruption probe in history, which led to a firestorm of people fighting the city council. City Councilman Mariano Vega, who is considered to be the ringleader of this massive probe, was found guilty of lying to federal informants about taking Dweck's bribe. Vega made a statement that the recall committee was one of the major reasons why he was forced to resign from his post. The people mounted a great victory in their fight with Mayor Healy, yet more people are going to be faced with massive layoffs. Dan Levin, a city activist, called for this job opportunity to replace Mariano Vega, yet his voice went unheard. During a time, news organizations were looking into the level of political patronage by members of this council. Viola Richardson holds 2 pensions, one as a retired disabled police officer and the other as a county worker, where she is getting over $250,000 in pension funds, Well, Nydia Lopez doesn't live in New Jersey, but she has free parking permits and doesn't have to pay taxes in New Jersey, where it leaves Bill Gohan, who is the longest serving member on the council, and his daughter is a board member on the Health Commission that was granted $20 million in health benefits. Yet incumbent council member David Donnelly stated that city layoffs a lot of workers come this January.
Shot to fill the gap. We can't continue to do that anymore. We just can't. One of the things that's going to happen in come January, we have no choice. People are going to be laid off. And we have to understand when we lay people off, each of those people have a family. So it's not going to be easy. But layoffs are going to happen. We have no choice. However, I can't promise you that those layoffs alone will fill that budget gap. We need to look at other things. We need to look at possibly the way we use different revenues and the way we we do different things. And abatements are not our only problem.
Hi, Mama Bear. I joined this team who is determined to recall Mayor Jerramiah Healy because of fiscal issues that played a major concern in one of the largest corruption scandals in American history, where 23 in the scandal came from Jersey City. The members of this committee who are leaders are made up of Martha Larkins, Riaz Waheed, Jason Berg, Esther Whitner, Kim Snyder, John Lynch, Adele Rohina, R.J. Harper, Vincent Panazzoli, and me, Omar Dar. This has been a wonderful experience. Many of the members on this committee don't come from the insider jargons of politics. Many of them are not career politicians or have a history in politics. Many of them have the business capability, and they are concerned about the lack of businesses and teenage crimes on the streets. They are hardened by the lack of a fiscal budget and concerned by the increased spending on political patronage. The mayor has taken this system and turned it into a pay me now or I will destroy you type of government. He's laying off lower level workers while giving staffers raises they don't necessarily need just to settle union requirements. He talks about having open door policies to discuss problems within the city, yet many of the people have found that his doors are never open, rather more likely potentially always closed. And what I say is the people are tired, and they're tired of the level of corruption. So join us in this recall of Mayor Healy.
Case file 0003, Omar Dyer Notary, making a formal complaint on Jersey City with Steve Lipinski's hiring with Jason Berg, city resident. He's just going to make a few brief statements, and then I will make a formal letter document to file the complaint within the city. So, the question is, what do you feel about the problems with the hiring of Steve Lipinski, and let it all out?
I heard through the grapevine that he was going to be hired a week before this before this hiring of the today's paper on December the 8th. I'm very upset because it shows cronyism to the nth degree. It shows
Street, then continue straight onto Laurel Avenue.
It shows contempt for the employment processing. It also shows the giving power to an authority that has millions of dollars. And this gentleman.
Hundreds of Jersey City residents turned out in protest at City Hall, calling for officials facing corruption charges to step down.
At a recent meeting in Jersey City in Puccini's restaurant. The Jersey City Police Department came with the protest to stop the layoffs that were occurring all across Jersey City. Mayor Healy has pledged to lay off police officers and other municipal workers during this much heated time where people were looking for answers, and the mayor was only supplying nepotism that we all can see. And during this rally, the recall committee, led by Martha Larkins, John Raiz, and John Lynch, joined up with the Jersey City Police Department to protest one of Healy's biggest fundraisers, where big-time pledged campaign contributors were selected to show up. During this, we managed to stop them. But that wasn't the underlying problem going on also in Jersey City. The increase of homeless citizens were on the rise, and programs that actually funded these great institutions to stop the spread of homelessness wasn't being awarded. As you can see in the borderline of Hoboken in Jersey City, it's a city of their own, and many people look at this or address it. But recently, a group and a lady like Joan Smith have brought serious issues to these problems that are rising across the city, and we're hoping that we can find some change, because the only thing that can change this is an administrative change. And that's why I support and I believe in the recall of Mayor Jerramiah Healy.
The mayor of the state's second largest city, led by grassroots citizens, decided to tackle the corruption scandals and to rehab. Why Mayor Jerramiah Healy should campaign is not the charm, crime, and his record that recount his story.
A small group of determined Jersey City residents is taking on a Herculean task. They want to recall Mayor Jerramiah Healy. We know that's not going to matter.
When the third bag came out, I had money on my mind. Then the cops came and took me off my grind. Locked up for about 4 months. 4 months later, I moved to a new level of cookies and not. Niggas on the floor hating like they can take the sign. So I had fun waiting in line. Time is up, gotta push that back. Make sure your yayo is good with that. So your clients can keep coming back. They pick up the stacks and work them like a DJ do to a hot track. Facts think I got dough, I'm soft in the middle. So they come around and get played like a fiddle. Now he knows what it's like to be your riddle. Cause homicide caught him and the cops couldn't solve the case. Cause a black glove and a revolver work better than mace. His problem's done. Haven't you heard the dawn is back? Haven't you heard how I like to rap? Haven't you heard I like to pack the gag? Haven't you heard I like to pack it like that? If you got problems, let OD solve them. Cause a quick revolver will come and shoot you dead. Shoot you in your head. Make sure you never see what you thought you heard. Problems, y'all niggas don't want.
And to note that when we started this recall, we had nothing. We had nothing but a few lint in our pockets. Most of the work was done on a volunteer basis. We built a lot of street credit. We built a lot of potential and potassium. And I owe that crew a whole lot because they allowed me to practice the basic simples that I so endure, which is starting up a political action committee from scratch, starting up your own basic business from scratch. And it's not to the point that, we are doing what we're doing, but it very rarely helps. And throughout this documentary, you're going to see a lot of things that progressed and captivated the need to start your own movement. Be a part of something if you believe. Try to reinforce or reiterate the social need for change. Social need for change does not come if you wait for the news media to give it to you. The social need for change does not come if you wait for someone else to do it. I've written for political candidates in the past. I've written thousands of speeches, and I know that the social movement for change comes within you. Barack Obama says it all the time. He did not create this change. You did. And what we're trying to do at the local level is get that change moving. Get that thing started. Start that fire. Initiate something. Because the next generation of leader doesn't come from me. The next generation...
OD will come and solve them. Quick to shoot you with the revolver. You know I'll come and solve your motherfucking problem. It's a problem, child. Come back. Problem, child. Fucking rat. You see the dog selling off the top of the dome. Problem around to be bucket your home. It's a problem now. The back getting them down. When I'm futuristic, make you wanna spit to the ground. And the problem is there. Problem. Y'all don't want no problem. OD will come and solve them. Quick to shoot you with the revolver. Y'all niggas don't want no problem. OD will come and solve them. Quick to shoot you with the revolver. Cause I said it's motherfucking problems. Y'all niggas don't want no